Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go through another live trade with you guys. So I traded SPX. I did make around $5,000 in about a 15-minute scalp on SPX, so I'm going to go through it with you guys. I did get caught in a little bit of a pullback, so I thought this was a good example to kind of go through to show you guys how I set my stop loss, what kind of my emotions are when I do get stuck in a pullback, and then what I was watching in futures, ES, and NASDAQ in order to be able to assess my trade and gauge where I could set my stop loss and where I could potentially head towards. Overall this week, we had a lot of economic data coming out. We had CPI, the Fed announcement, and then we also had retail sales and jobless claims. So there was a lot of volatility in the market. We did get some decent action this week. I will say it wasn't a bad week to trade. We did get a couple days where we sold off and a couple days where we had some good gap fills on SPX. So I'll go through all of that with you guys and then what I'm watching moving forward as well. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so it actually looks like I had made two trades on 12/12. So the one that I'm going to go through with you guys is the one that I took right at 3 o'clock. So once this uptrend on ES started, that is when I took this trade. So like I said, over the most of the day, ES was pretty choppy. You can see here, not much going on ES. The key level to the upside for ES was this 4,000 level. So you can see at around 254, ES started to break that 4,000 level. And you can see that SPX was in a range as well. So overall, if we zoom out here, we can see that SPX wasn't really doing much all day. It was in a slight range here. We were awaiting CPI data. We were awaiting Powell speaking on Wednesday as well. So there was not a lot of movement in the market on Monday. So towards the end of the day, towards power hour, we started to get a little bit more volume come in on futures, and ES was actually able to break and clear that 4,000 level. Once ES was able to clear that 4,000 level, SPX was able to break out of its range. It was in a range between 39.50 into a 39.60, 39.65 area. So the first level of resistance that I had to the upside on SPX was 39.65. Now my levels of resistance and support are levels that I've charted previously on all of these stocks. So a lot of you ask how I get these levels, and I have made a video on it, but it's just levels that I've charted over the past several months on the stock, and these are the levels that I consider entry points, exit points, support and resistance levels, profit targets. These are just how I've gotten them. They're just previous levels of support and resistance that the stock has touched multiple times. That being said, the first level of resistance to the upside I had was 39.65, so my entry point on SPX was going to be 39.70 with profit targets of 39.77, 39.80, and 39.90. Now 39.77, because 39.77 was the previous week's high of day. I think it was Friday's high of day on SPX, so that was a significant level to the upside, and I did expect some resistance at that 39.77. So it was the previous week's high. SPX was not able to break it. I think it was 2 times, so I did consider 39.77 a significant level of resistance. So I was waiting for SPX to clear the 39.70 break. ES had already cleared my key psychological level of 4,000. So I entered SPX calls at the 3 o'clock candle here. Now you can see that I did not wait for a confirmation candle. I should have most likely waited for a confirmation candle just because it was towards the end of the day. I don't usually trade too often towards the end of the day. However, in the last hour of day, we do call that power hour, so you do tend to see more volume come into the market and the market start to gain momentum either to the upside or downside. On this specific day, going into CPI news and Fed, we were able to gain some momentum, some bullish momentum towards the end of the day. So I entered this position at 3 o'clock, right when power hour hit. Right on this candle here. The safest entry would have been the 304 candle on the 2-minute time frame here. Both of these candles broke and broke above and closed above that 39.70 level, and this candle was able to hold above that level. So whenever you see a candle open above your level of resistance or support, that is your confirmation candle for entry. That is the safest point of entry for you to take. However, I entered at this 3 o'clock candle with targets of 39.77 and 39.80. And if we look at the video recording, it's starting to get close to that 39.70 level here. You can see the chart. I entered 39.70 calls on this play. You can see there was strong bullish momentum, which is kind of something that caused me to enter as well. This candle had strong bullish momentum to the upside. I did enter here with a price of $5.50. and I entered 39.70 calls at 3 o'clock. And like I said, my profit targets to the upside were 39.77 and 39.80 to the upside. So you can see here, once I entered at 39.70, we did get a strong move up here at 3 o'clock. And you can see on ES as well, it says ES is 3 o'clock candle, trending above the 9 EMA, strong trend up on the 2-minute time frame, really no pullbacks at all. Same thing with SPX, broke above 39.70, went straight to that 39.77 level before it pulled back to its EMA, still held that EMA on the way down before continuing up into the end of the day. So this was a really high probability, good scalp to catch because it went straight from one profit target, one resistance to the next resistance. So these are really high probability setups that you want to look out for. Good risk to reward on this. This is a 7-point move up to the upside, 7 or 10-point move up, 39.77 and 39.80 with a 5-point move to the downside. So really, really good risk to reward here. And I'm just going to move it over. And I scaled out of this position gradually. So you'll see me gradually scale out. I think it was about a 15-minute play as I scaled out of all my profit targets here. So we're about 1504 candle here. And that's when SPX started to pick up. There we go. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to see this premium spike. I like watching the premium spike whenever I'm in a play. So we start to see the premium pick up here. There we go. This is the 306 candle on SPX. Nice little premium spike already. So I completely stopped watching SPX on the 1-minute time frame, as I did find that I got shaken out too much on the 1-minute time frame. So I always watch it on the 2-minute time frame. It's a lot easier for me to gauge the direction of SPX, to gauge market direction as well. So I don't watch really anything anymore on the 1-minute time frame. I've just kind of accepted the 2-minute time frame. It's a lot cleaner, less noise, especially for a scalper. And I think when you enter on the 2-minute time frame, it is a little bit more higher probability than entering on the 1-minute time frame, because you do get market makers trying to manipulate the market. You're not able to see that as much on the 2-minute as you are on the 1-minute. I'm still in this play here. This next 2-minute candle just opened. It's 1508 now. I'm sorry, 308 here. Get a little bit of a pullback, but nothing too serious. And if we look here, this is the 308 candle here. So market, it's right. So this is the 306. It's the 308 candle that just opened on that live trade there. So you're going to start to see the premium spike here as it makes the leg up. There goes the premium here. We're up about $2 on the premium already. I will say the premiums weren't moving as fast. I did take 2 plays on this day. On the second play, the premium moved a lot faster than the first one. It was towards the last 30 minutes of market open. So SPX tends to be a lot more volatile in the last hour till hour and a half. And there we go. Nice little $3 move on the premium here. I'm still in this play. Markets stock still looks good on the 2-minute time frame. No reason for me to really exit. It's approaching my first profit target at 39.77. Like I said, that's my first profit target. That's where I will take most of my position off. There we go. Nice little premium flip here. Almost 80% so far, almost at 100% on this play. We're about $9 on that premium. I do think I scale some out here. There we go. I exited some of my position at 1509. I'm sorry, 309 at $8.80. So that's a really good premium flip there, about a little over $2, and I exited that. What time was it? 309, so I exited towards the end of this candle here right before the 310 candle opened. Sometimes when I have profit targets, I do tend to exit before they hit right to that profit target. I'll lock some of my position, because what can happen is as it approaches that profit target, sellers or buyers will start to step in close to that profit target and push the stock back down. So you always want to sell into the profit target, whether you're on the upside or downside, because that's where you optimize your premium. So that's where you get the best premium move, is if you sell into buying or selling pressure. Close your position. Okay, so I locked some at 309. I locked actually about 80% of my position at 309, and that's what I usually do. I'll lock around 80% of my position at the first profit target, and then whatever I have left, I'll just continuously scale out. We're at 310 here. I'm just going to forward a little bit of this. There, the premium really spiked there. We're now at 100% on this premium. Entered at $5.50. Premium went to $10.50. I exited some more here at 15.10 on that premium spike. Got an exit of $9.90. And now I only have runners in this position. So I usually hold my runners till they exit at my stop loss. On this specific play, if I'm making the move up here, my stop loss is going to be my 9 EMA. Every time that it pulls back to that 9 EMA is when I'm going to look to exit. I think I exited the rest of my position at around 315 and then re-entered at 322 once it started to make another leg up. So I took two scalps here. The first scalp was the break of 39.70. The second scalp was the break of 39.77, which was the previous high of day, and this is the one that I actually called in my Discord, and the target on this was 39.90. And I ended up exiting the rest of this position once it pulled back. I wasn't comfortable holding through the pullback, and I got out really late on my runners, and I exited my runners at 314. Still profitable on the runners, which is really good, and I made a profit about $4,922 here. So exited everything in profit, but this my runners could have been exited a little bit better, I think, because if we look here, when it did pull back, I exited at the bottom of the pullback, but you can see here on the 2-minute time frame that when it did pull back, it pulled back to the 9 EMA and then continued up. And if we look at ES's chart as well, you can see ES perfectly pulled back also to that 9 EMA, held the 9 EMA, and continued up. So the 9 EMA on the 2-minute time frame is a really good gauge to understand the trend of the stock. As long as it holds that above the 9 EMA, if you're in bullish momentum, or below the 9 EMA on the 2-minute in bearish momentum, the stock trend is still in place. So there's no reason for you to exit runners if you are in a play like that. Just set a proper stop loss, and make sure that when you are scaling out of your position, your runners are not eating up so much of your profit. I had 15 contracts. I locked 10 at my first target, and then I locked 3 more, and then I only had 2 runners left. So those 2 runners are not going to affect my profit as much. I was up around 5,500 right at the peak of my runners, and I locked around 4,900. So not too much of a loss on the runners, but it does give you that opportunity to be able to capture the entire move up. So sometimes people get FOMO and like, oh, I could have held a little bit longer. So that's what the runners are usually for. In case the stock continues to make that move up, you have that position to be able to catch that move as well. But just make sure that you are setting stop losses on your runners. A lot of people that I've seen don't set stop losses on their runners, and those runners can really eat up your profit. So make sure that you set a proper stop loss on your runners. Usually I set it at the previous level of support or resistance, or my 9 or 21 EMAs, and that will be my stop loss on those runners. And make sure that you are locking around 80% of your profit at your first profit target, and then slowly scaling out. I don't recommend scaling out if you are only trading 1 to 2 contracts on any position. I only recommend scaling out if you're trading a little bit more than around 5 or 7 contracts. That's when I would recommend starting to scale out. But if you're starting off with 1 to 2 contracts, lock it, re-enter. Just like I did here, I locked it, waited for another entry above 39.77 at 322. I entered the 39.77 break, and I took another play with my team up until 39.90. Okay, so really good high probability play here. 15-minute scalp, really good example of scaling out properly. The only mistake that I made is I could have held my runners a little bit longer because there was really no reason for me to exit them on this pullback. Pulled back perfectly to my stop loss. I just got a little bit scared, got shaken out just like every other trader does, so it is very normal. So another thing that I do want to show you guys is Tradersync. So I started journaling my trades through Tradersync for the past couple of months. So what it is a journaling platform. It's an online platform, and what they do is you can upload your trades via your broker, so it automatically syncs from your broker into your Tradersync account. So you're able to see all of your trades, you're able to see the performance on your account. I'll do a more in-depth breakdown of this, but I just want to kind of show you guys, this is where the interactive brokers, the account number is shown. Obviously I hid most of my account number. This is the play that I just showed you guys, 15 contracts here. The cost was $8,250. My net return on it was $4,921.58. It shows you exactly where I bought it and then the time that I exited, just like it shows on interactive brokers through that. So it'll also show you the percentage return you made on each time you closed the position or you scaled out. So I think it's really helpful. Like I said, I'll go through more in-depth tutorial of this if you guys would like, but it's really, really helpful to utilize. And I do have a link down below in my description if you guys want to sign up for them. They do have a 7-day free trial, so you guys can try it out. If you struggle with journaling your trades, this is a great way to see your performance overall as a trader if you are taking it very seriously. So just wanted to show you guys this as well to solidify that trade. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and comment them down below. All of my social media is linked down below. I have noticed that some of you have been following fake accounts, so please make sure that you check my YouTube descriptions for all of my social media links. Both my Instagram accounts and my Twitter account are all linked below, as well as my TikTok. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.